Have you ever wondered why finding love feels tougher than ever? You're not alone. Studies show that 30% of singles say dating is harder now than it was 5 years ago. In fact, nearly 50% of people in a recent survey admitted they feel more lonely today, despite having hundreds of friends online. Technology has changed the way we connect, but not always for the better. While dating apps promise to help us find the perfect match, many users report feeling more confused and unsatisfied. Did you know that 1 in 3 online daters has experienced ghosting? It's a trend that leaves many people feeling hurt and rejected. So, what's going on? This video will explore the hidden challenges of modern dating, from the overwhelming number of choices to the pressure of social media validation. We'll dive into how technology can sometimes create barriers to real connection and why many of us are left feeling empty despite being more connected than ever. Get ready to discover practical strategies to navigate this complicated world of love and relationships. It's time to break free from the digital dilemma and find real happiness in love. Let's get started. Chapter 1: Swipe left on real connection. The illusion of choice. In the past, meeting a potential partner was simpler, maybe through friends, at a party, or just by chance. Today, dating apps have revolutionized how we find love, but they've also created a new problem: choice overload. When you're swiping through dozens of profiles in minutes, it's easy to start seeing people as replaceable options instead of potential connections. Barry Schwartz, in his book The Paradox of Choice, explains that when we're presented with too many options, it often leads to indecision and dissatisfaction. On dating apps, this more is better mentality leaves many of us wondering if someone better is just one swipe away. Instead of focusing on a real connection with someone, we're constantly distracted by the thought of endless possibilities. A study from the University of Wisconsin found that the more choices we have, the less happy we are with our final decisions. This could explain why people in the modern dating world often feel less satisfied with their relationships. The strategy here is simple: limit your options. Stick to fewer apps or focus on meaningful interactions with fewer people at a time. This helps reduce overwhelm and increases the chances of finding someone with whom you genuinely connect. Chapter 2: Algorithms versus Chemistry. Can data define your soulmate? Dating apps promise that their algorithms can find you the perfect match. But can they really? These algorithms often rely on shared interests, proximity, or personality quizzes to connect users. But love, as we all know, is not a formula. There's something magical about real-world chemistry that data can't predict. According to Modern Romance by Aziz Ansari, even with the best algorithms, finding a long-lasting connection still boils down to the unpredictable spark you feel when you meet someone in person. Algorithms can only get you so far. They're great for introducing you to potential matches, but real connection goes beyond shared hobbies or answers on a questionnaire. A survey by eHarmony revealed that 20% of online dating users said they felt disappointed when meeting their match in person. The chemistry just wasn't there. So, what's the strategy here? Use the apps as a tool, not a solution. Don't rely solely on technology to make your decisions for you. Meet people in real life, pay attention to how you feel around them, and trust your instincts. Chapter 3: Ghosted by Disconnection. Digital communication's silent killer. Technology has made it easier than ever to communicate, or to completely disappear. Ghosting, or cutting off contact without explanation, has become a common practice in the digital age. In fact, 80% of people between 18 and 33 have been ghosted at least once, according to a survey by Plenty of Fish. But why has it become so easy to vanish from someone's life without facing any consequences? One reason is that digital communication allows us to avoid uncomfortable emotions. Psychologist Guy Winch, in his book How to Fix a Broken Heart, explains that ghosting often comes from a fear of confrontation. It's easier to disappear behind a screen than to deal with an emotional conversation face to face. However, the person on the receiving end is left confused, hurt, and without closure. So, how do we prevent this? Be direct and honest. If you're not feeling a connection, have a respectful conversation instead of ghosting. Not only is this a kinder approach, but it also builds better communication skills, something that's essential in any healthy relationship. Technology makes it easier to avoid tough conversations, but real connection demands courage and openness. If you're enjoying these insights, be sure to subscribe to stay updated on all our discussions about love and relationships. Chapter 4: The Validation Trap. Are likes replacing love? In the world of social media, likes and comments are a form of currency. They give us a dopamine hit, making us feel validated and accepted. But when it comes to love, external validation from social media can be a dangerous trap. Instead of focusing on building a relationship, many people are chasing approval from online followers. Social media creates a highlight reel of our lives, often leading to unrealistic comparisons. A study by the University of Pennsylvania found that the more time people spent on social media, the more they felt lonely and dissatisfied with their relationships. We start to believe that our own lives and relationships don't measure up to the picture-perfect ones we see online. In his book Digital Minimalism, Cal Newport explains how constantly seeking validation from likes can weaken real-world relationships. Instead of investing in deep, meaningful connections, we become obsessed with how we're perceived online. So, what's the strategy here? Spend less time on social media and more time being present with your partner. Focus on real-life experiences and meaningful moments rather than public approval. If you're finding value in this discussion, make sure to subscribe for more tips on building healthy relationships in the digital age. Chapter 5: Hyperconnectivity, Loneliness. How being always on keeps us isolated. Ironically, even though we're more connected than ever before, many people report feeling lonelier. Constant notifications, texts, and social media updates can make us feel always on, but does this actually bring us closer to people? Studies suggest the opposite. A 2018 study by Cigna found that 46% of Americans felt lonely and isolated, despite having access to digital communication at all times. Being hyperconnected through technology can lead to shallow conversations and surface-level relationships. In Reclaiming Conversation, Sherry Turkle argues that real connection requires deep, face-to-face conversations, something that's becoming rare in the age of constant messaging. Technology has created the illusion that we're communicating, but much of it is superficial. The strategy here is simple: unplug and be present. Set boundaries around technology use in your relationship. For example, have phone-free meals or set a time each evening to put away devices and focus on each other. Meaningful relationships thrive when we give people our full attention, not just a part of it. We also need to rediscover the art of patience. Instant messaging encourages fast replies, but meaningful conversations often take time and reflection. Prioritize quality over quantity in your communication. It's okay to have fewer conversations, as long as they're deep and meaningful. Chapter 6: The Age of Instant Gratification. Why deep love takes time. We live in a world of instant gratification. Need a ride? Open an app. Hungry? Tap your phone. Want a date? Swipe right. This mindset has seeped into our relationships, making us impatient when love doesn't happen quickly. But real, lasting love takes time to develop. According to relationship expert John Gottman, it can take 2 years or more for a couple to truly know each other and build a stable foundation. In The All or Nothing Marriage, Eli Finkel explains that while we expect more from our partners today, we often invest less time and effort in building a relationship. We want deep emotional connections, but we're not always willing to put in the work required. The danger of instant gratification is that it can make us give up on relationships too quickly when things get tough. The strategy for combating this impatience? Embrace the slow process of building love. Relationships have highs and lows, and it's normal for them to take time to grow. Instead of seeking constant excitement or quick results, focus on the long-term journey. Practice patience and allow your relationship to develop naturally, without rushing. One key element of this is learning to deal with discomfort. Not every moment of a relationship will feel exciting or romantic. In Mating in Captivity, Esther Perel talks about how maintaining mystery and individuality in a relationship helps keep passion alive. So, rather than seeking instant gratification, try to create space for your relationship to breathe. Respect each other's independence and give yourselves the time to grow together. Technology has fundamentally changed how we approach love and relationships. While it offers convenience, it also comes with new challenges. To thrive in this modern dating landscape, we need to be intentional. Focus on real connection over validation, prioritize meaningful communication, and give love the time it deserves to grow. Love may be harder to find in the digital age, but with the right mindset and strategies, it's far from impossible. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more insights and tips on navigating love in today's world.